Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Drawing with Mr. Sepulveda. I'm Mr. Sepulveda, and in today's episode, we're going to do a 4 styles challenge. Now, down below, you're going to find yourself a link of this stitch picture, and I'm going to go ahead and do 4 different tutorials on showing you how to do the glitch effect, X-ray effect, drip effect, and the one color style. Okay, guys? So without further ado, let's go ahead, let's jump into the tutorial. Alright folks, just know that when you guys do your stitch drawings, you can use crayons, colored pencils, alcohol markers, Posca paint markers, whatever it is that you guys feel most comfortable with. But I'm going to be using some fine liners because the first step of the glitch effect is to complete all of your black outlines. Now, this video is going to be time-lapsed, so please feel free to hit the pause button in case I'm going too fast or in case you just want to catch up to where I'm at, okay? So again, the first step is to complete all of your black outlines. Step is to choose 2 glitch colors. Most people use red and blue, but for this one I'm going to use green and purple only because Stitch is really blue. Step 3 will be to use that first color that you're choosing to go on the right side of your black lines, and so you guys can kind of see how I'm doing it on my side. I'm choosing most of the exterior lines to put my purple on, and then what you're going to do with that color is stretch lines going to the right. Okay, so pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Then your step 5 is honestly to repeat those same last 2 steps, except this time your color is going to go on the left side or on the left side of those black lines. I also like to put the second color next to that first color in some cases because I think it helps to make it stand out. And then instead of making the lines go to the right, we're going to make the lines go to the left. Okay, so nothing too difficult there. I do realize that I forget this purple right here, so there we go. And then our next step is to use either a white gel pen, white Posca marker, paint, whatever. It just needs to break up our lines. It needs to break up the black lines. It needs to space out some of the first 2 colors that we put onto this paper, okay? And then ultimately, when we finish with this step, we'll actually be done creating our glitch effect. So I'm going to let this time lapse roll to the end, and then we'll see what the finished results look like. I really like how my glitch turned out. Hope yours did too. Let's go ahead. Let's move on to the X-ray effect. Alright guys, so going into this X-ray, I'm going to be starting off with the Photonosuke fine liner that I have, because the first step is going to be to outline your stitch drawing using these black lines. Okay, and that shouldn't take you too long because we don't have a lot of things going on in the bottom right hand corner. Okay, the next step is to color in your stitch drawing. You want to color it in completely. Okay, I can't emphasize that enough. You need to color it in completely, and so I'm using alcohol markers, but you can use crayons, you can use colored pencils, you can use regular paint, whatever it is that you feel the most comfortable with. Okay, I know this is not a marker tutorial, but just if you're going to use any types of shading techniques, you want to make sure that you have a base color that's established, so that's your first color. Then you're going to need a shade darker, and if you feel like going further than using just 2 colors, you can go in with the third one. Okay, I don't know if you guys see this on your side, but there's a little bit of uplift inside of that forearm that I have of stitch, and it's because I'm using cardstock instead of marker paper, and the cardstock's not accepting the application of the alcohol markers the same way that marker paper does. So I didn't know that before I did it, but there you go. That's going to explain what's happening there. I do attempt to go over it just to see if it will take the second time around. I'm going to be honest, it really doesn't, but hey, that's okay. Our next step is to go ahead and pick a shape to put into this right square, and I like to use an arrow personally, and I put it all in black using a Posca paint marker. After the paint's dried, the next step is to complete your lines, like to show what's underneath, right? if you have a tough time because you have covered up your entire area the way that I did, if you use some of the lines on the left in the drip effect side, all you got to do is just kind of mirror it minus the drip. Alright guys, I hope your X-ray style came out alright. I like the way that mine did. We're going to move on to the drip effect. And with the drip effect, we're honestly going to be following the exact same steps that we did with the X-ray. The first step is going to be to outline your stitch drawing in this section. The best part about it is because it's a drip effect, you can make every bit of this stitch side a little more liquidy, like it's melting, kind of like a popsicle. And you can always add extra lines to the line work, okay? The next step is going to be to color it the exact same way that you did on the X-ray side, okay? I'm using the exact same Ohu alcohol markers that I did on the X-ray end. And again, you're going to notice in that forearm that the ink's just not taking there, and that's okay. Like I said, this is cardstock and not marker paper. Optionally, you can go ahead and add some shading. My best suggestion is to make sure that you're adding shading underneath wherever those drips are. It kind of makes it pop out a little bit more, okay? And then when we get to our last step, you're going to want to have either a white Posca paint marker, just white paint, or a white jelly roll pen, and you're going to highlight wherever the drips are, because it makes it look a little bit shinier, a little bit wetter, and it's what pulls the effect all together. All right, guys, so there's the drip side. Hope yours came out pretty well. We're going to move on to the one color side. All right, guys, so the first step on the one color side is to, of course, outline your stitch drawing, okay? And then the second step is actually going to be to color, and so you're going to want to know what color you want to make your stitch, whether it's green, orange, red. In this case, I'm going to choose pink. And so the best way to kind of complete a one color style is to make sure that you have a variation of one color, okay? And so when I was breaking this down, I was trying to think of breaking Stitch down into different parts. So we have his nose, his eyes, and his ears. And then, of course, we have his mouth, and then the base of it all, which is his fur, okay? And so you can see me breaking down those four parts right there. And then right now, I'm hitting up the fur with a base tone. And you want to make sure that there's enough difference between all of these colors that you're using, because you want to add depth to your character, okay? And so I start off with the really light color, and then I start adding in more darker colors to kind of build in my shading. And then at the end, we just use a Posca paint marker to add some highlights to the eyes. And there you have it. That's the one color style, guys. All right, so here's all four of them at a glance. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. If you did, please go ahead, like this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Just a few days ago, I released this poll. We reached 500 subscribers. There's an art giveaway. I'm going to be drawing 50 characters based on a single color that you guys vote on right now. Blue is in the lead. And the only way to make sure that your favorite color wins is by going to my community poll and voting right there, or following the card above and leaving a comment of your favorite color and some suggestions for that color choice in the comments down below. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorials. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys next Tuesday for our regularly scheduled video. Y'all have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.